Hey guys, it's Talking Codex with another game of Total Warhammer 3. Today we begin the Sisters of Twilight, the Heralds of Ariel, Nestra and Arahan. One of them is pretty nice, the other one is super crazy, just real excessive. You'll never guess which is which. The blonde one's nice. We're just playing with a couple of mods to overhaul victory conditions and give our heroes a little bit more juice to them. A little cooler stuff in the skill tree. Now, the first thing that we gotta do is spend some of our very limited... Yeah, because you don't use population for the main building, you use it for the smaller things. We've already got... We're going to get Hawk Rider building when we get to level 2, right? So I think we just get money. Because we already have growth here. You know, let's fight the fight first, and then we'll think about it. Right, so Sisters of Twilight are the most fun you can have in this game. I don't really remember it being a Dark Elf. I thought it was like a Orc or something. I haven't played their campaign in a super long time. Or a moderately long time. Hello, Aphidord. Yes, cheese indeed. Cheese will characterize this campaign pretty heavily. So these are the Sisters of Twilight. This is their eagle, like Gwendolor or something. Sounds right. So the Sisters of Twilight are hilarious. They are like an attack helicopter in an era where everybody else is using normal stuff. And I'm not being like funny about it. Like they are like an attack helicopter. They get stuff all the way done. And I will show you what I mean. We're just gonna set up. We've also got some lesser attack helicopters in these Hawk Riders. These are archers riding hawks. It's every bit as fun as you go. Hey Neil, what's up? Yeah, you know, they'll try to put me in the book, but the fact is, you're allowed to have fun. Nobody can stop you. And this battle is like, they got nothing here. We're just going to... Oh, right, they nerfed Erisacurnus. I remember. Well, we're not going to do very much damage to him. I forgot. You know, the thing is that it doesn't matter. This guy is, like, technically around. Because, so, unlike most things in the game, I'm, like, awesome at being an archer. Like, look at all of them fall down when we shoot at them, right? Oh, good stuff. And the Eternal Guard have, like, primary armor piercing now. Maybe they always did. I don't think so, though. Anyway, things sure have changed since the last time I played Wood Elves. Really, they're mostly the same as they've ever been. Because that guy is, like, shooting at us. We don't have to care at all. I mean, he's chipping away at the sisters. I guess that's too bad, right? Because we have Firewall moving here. These Dark Riders are going to get just melted when we come in, and all the rest of them are much too slow here. He's got big armor-piercing shots, right, but it's like into projectiles, so at most he's going to get like a model or two. We didn't want him shooting at the real ones, and of course we can't catch them at all to stop the flank. But we just shoot at them a bunch. And they don't end up getting in. We're in the wild form. These guys charge into the middle, come here. And these guys are just wasting time with their leader, who's like a Dreadlord sword and crossbow, the most useless guy in the game, maybe. But there we go. She charges in, and the other she charges in too. We chase those fools off. Yes. You got 11 hours to 11 levels to max out your main guy on Crush. Crush is awesome. Good for you, man. Takes a lot of time, right? Durthu. Durthu's big tree guy. Durthu is a monster. You know, all of the legendary lords for Wood Elves are crazy strong, right? Like, Drake is amazing, and her campaign makes her even better.
Order will be restored.
Durthu is bonkers strong. Orion is also just incredibly powerful. Sisters are hysterical, and if you get just like one item, really it's two, but just one if you're good, gets all the way done. But yeah, Durthu is so much fun to play as. And because of Firewall moving, we're actually pretty decent at chasing them off, which is good because we don't want to let them get away. The damages that you inflict to fleeing enemies, that's like how you get your post-battle stuff, you know, like when they're running away. Or, routing, but not like when they're not running. Lord's a giant monster, it's like, okay, yeah, for sure. You know, Durthu, and too, because, like, that's my idea of a great time in Warhammer. You get regeneration on a big old armor-piercing lord, and then you just, like, party all the time. Yes, accept Ariel's will. And we get, well, we're going to get the Terrifying Mascavie. That's okay. So what we do here, you know, you hate. So we could go for like just post-battle loot, right? And then go to Lightning Strike for the, but you know, but why Lightning Strike? Lightning Strike only because we wouldn't have enough ammo to kill them, right? So what if we go up Red Line, but Red Line at the highest level just makes your archers a little better, right? It's not a very good Red Line. You get your ammo when they become elite. The Hawk Riders don't benefit from it. The Hawk Riders here get reload time reduction, which doesn't help you because they just run out of ammo. We could just go like Yellow Line, get Prey of Anothrama, like get just like lean all the way into them, you know. We'll get this for unit experience. Well, you know, but one hates to, no, we'll take this because this is good just for the money, right? Right. And then we'll just pick up Lightning Strike because we're there. I don't know. Seems fine. I hate going down Blue Line first. It feels like so not cool. We absolutely have to fight this fight as we. Game Archer is useful. Oh yeah, for sure. Not only is archery useful, but we are like primary archers as a faction. We are the Wood Elves, so you know, we want to hang out in the trees when possible, and like right here, these guys, because we can be like here in the trees, and then when they try to come through, they might come through the trees looking for us, of course, but if we go like right here, then they'll know where we are. Here they have one unit of archers, and I'm gonna show you why our hawks are pretty good. So this ability is called the Arrows of Kurnus, the Volley of Kurnus. The only reason we have it is because we're this faction. The Hawk Riders get one each. We should have waited. But yeah, so that did half of a bar. If we'd waited for him to stand up, I would have done the other half. So that's on me. The thing is, though, is they only have this one archer, so we're just going to go and spike them. Because I'm, like, not afraid of them at all. They can't hold me still if I dive them. We get hit by a whole lot of shots there. Wow, look how much damage they do. What I mean was I'm not afraid of, like, jumping on the ground at them. I am afraid of getting shot by them. Not anymore. Now they're taken care of. That's a lot of damage. It'll be a little while before we get our setup there. The other thing, so what we did right there, if you saw that blue fire, that was us. We can fight in melee and then just turn around and 360 no-scope people for incredibly solid damage. Most attack helicopters don't do that. Like that shot right there. Look at that. Ah, great. Great stuff. Speaking of great stuff, it's time for us to be great here. And now we've got our fellows in the woods that are going to be jumping in on him here. We're just going to put the... Want to move up a little bit there. We want to make sure these dark shots don't go back. There is 28 of them still in this block. There are 28 of them. There is 28 of them. Look at me. And here we're trying to get around this side so that we can shoot behind their shields. I think it's going to work. This will be like the first time in the history of my life that I've done a flank like this properly. I'm going to be so proud of me if it works. We're taking a lot of damage on the sisters. Does not feel good. Spears coming in there, but if we just charge through them here, we get away. Because shields only go in the direction of that. Oh, what a good shot. All the way down the line there. And then we'll just dive back in here. Very nice indeed. And if we get something to give us terror pretty soon, that's going to be amazing. Hey, Luke. VCO saw this one. Here we go. Yeah. I just figured, you know, why play with the regular victory conditions? And what better time to give it a try than on this? I already saw something that I think is broken. But that's just so VCO gives you 3 routes to take, and they put in like some unique benefits for succeeding in them, which I think is cool. Because, you know, Lord Recruit rank or whatever is very boring, and we all know it is. Even if it's good, it is boring. We're going to occupy this heathland. And we get the Terrifying Muscovy, giving us terror, which, again, is actually really good. It's really, really good. Terror makes units that are 13 leadership or below temporarily run away. I think it's 13. It might be 16. I think it's 13. So this objective here says win the following battle, the Root of Chaos. I think this is broken for Immortal Empires because I'm pretty sure that battle is the name of the battle at the end of Realm of Chaos. So we're not going to be able to go down route number 1. That's okay. It's actually the best route because it gives you another use for Voluweave Cornus. So here's just a sampling of what you get. You know, research rate, uses there, and then some dilemma, don't know what. But we're probably going to go for this one, which will give us, you know, stuff for our elves. Or we could go down, because this one, you just get in 35 battles, and then you get these 3 settlements, the Vols Anvils of the world. And that's what you do for victory here. And that's, you know, fine. Because you got the one right here, and then you grab this one, and then you grab that one. Easy peasy. What's there to do, you know? And that just feels like a more granular and reasonable, like, length of a campaign, you know? And then here, there's, like, for the jungle campaign, you get, like, a Zotes benefit there for Fizz Resist for all of them, which is good in recruitment rank. And then this item, which gives you a heal that does all of your life, you know, even if you're on fire. You got your Dwarf Lords in the mail today. Says you even started your original plan. Well, awesome, awesome. You will have to keep me updated. But anyway, we take way too much damage there, but the replenishment's pretty good. And
Tempestuous Arahan.
and when we get up to oh, because she doesn't even get the personal replenishment through that. That's too bad. You know, the blue line's actually really good in general for the elves. But yeah, we're gonna take, rather than growth, because you're like almost never at home, we're just gonna take Wonders of the Forest for the post-battle loot, and you know, try to make more money, because Wood Elves really struggle with making money. If you can make a lot, then you don't struggle with it anymore. So one of the things we get in this mod, you know, is instead of the very small Spellsinger tree, we've got an expanded one, where, so like, you know, we've got locked things here, where we can get a better hit points growth healing cap thing, and then like a net ability, and then we've got one that will make them faster, get Vanguard, give us some movement too. That also comes with a sort of healing aura thing. And then, you know, here we get like a Dryad summon, control, melee attack. So just a way to customize a little more. And the other heroes, we've got that on as well. So I'm excited to see how that pans out. And then up here, you know, we get Master of the Brown Wind. You know, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? But, you know, they get like a Bound Flock of Doom and spell intensity and stuff like that. So, you know, they'll just be better casters. And honestly, this will be stronger than they normally are. But look, if you've played like a modern faction with modern technologies and modern hero trees and stuff, and then you go back to one that's not modern, you're like, wait, and where's all the stuff? Where is it? Anyway, I digress. Here, very little management to do, of course. All you got to do is the thing. Now, we don't have... Yeah, because global recruitment. So, if you want to get guys, you either got to immediately recruit another lord, right? Which costs some money, not a ton, and start recruiting people. This is not, like, actively a terrible thing. Generally, if you recruit a solo lord, I always get Ancient Treemen, because they get, you know, life magic. Right, yeah, they get life magic, and they're armor-piercing fighters that are, like, you know, what's not to like. And then, because you can get, like, a Spellweaver of life, and they can fly, but can they brawl? Right, these dudes have 10,000 hit points and 110 armor. Like, these guys, you can just get them to defend, and man, they do so good. Anyway, what are we doing? We're getting that. We are getting money. Do you get money first? I don't think so, but maybe. Just spin the slot here to be able to go up to Waystalkers in a bit. Because we can get regular Glade Guard. Can we? Yes, you get regular Glade Guard from there. Right. Alright, so... She's like, so bored. I'm like, I know, I haven't played this faction in a while. Give me some slack. Alright, so... choices here, you can, like, get, like, adjacent growth. That's not bad. But... so what we do next turn is move up this way to come in and try to fight Hag Hall quickly. Yeah, so we'll just build the adjacent growth there, because we're going to move over here and get a couple of archers next turn. We'll build money here, because with basic dudes... Alright, we start and control the Oak of Ages, of course we do. We're going to lose it, obviously, eventually, but if we get it here, you know... Because I guess, you know, we don't have to eventually use it. We could get a treeman here and recruit, you know, but we'll probably lose it eventually. Is it worth it to spend the money here? Well, if we get the Confederation missions, then we can get like Val's Anvil, and that would be good. You know, we'll just try it. If we run out of money, whatever. It wouldn't be the first time I've done a bunch of dumb things in a campaign because I didn't think about the consequences. Because, like, what's the worst thing that'll happen? The Wood Elves in the forest aren't gonna, like, hit me. Belagar could come. That's not the worst. The worst would be it could claw.
Our solemn duty. You are such a bore.
So here we run this way, getting us into quite good shape, and we just get 2 Glade Guard. Yeah, of course. And, you know, layered archers are good. I think they trade pretty good scavenge. Yeah, if you're not me, if you're me, you forget about your tree man and you get him shot by rattling guns. But yes, they are supposed to do good. What will happen is that they'll have like 1 Plague Claw catapult. It'll hit me when I'm in the woods, and it'll freak me out so bad that I'll screw up everything trying to get away from it, and then we'll die. This has happened before, it'll happen again. Man, the interns are quick, huh? So here we just need... I mean, more Glade Guard would abstractly be nice, but they're going to be...
The Sisters of Twilight.
Like, if we go to ambush, do they try to come up here?
The forest protects. The forest provides.
So I don't love the idea of cracking a wall here. I should have just grabbed Val's Anvil, right? But no, we wouldn't have been able to get these recruitment turns there because we would have been stuck in the limbo. Oh, well, that solves that. All right, we got Dark Rider repeater crossbows to worry about. The good news is that... Well, I mean, that is the good news, is that we got Dark Rider repeater crossbows to worry about. We should be able to out-micro them very casually. Very casually. Doesn't mean we will. Might run out of ammo. Oh. Alright. Let's see what we can do. We've got a choke point map against Dark Elves, so let's see what we can do, right? These fellas got stock, so we don't need to worry about them getting shot up, because the thing is with just a couple reputable archers, they don't have any flyers, right? Yeah. Oh, they don't have shields. Well, then it would be better to let them get in, right? They'll still be very restricted by the reality of the situation. Can we get here and be hidden? Yeah, that's solid. And then they'll have to get, like, right here at least to start shooting at the Eternal Guard. That's better. And then... Eagle to distract over yon. Alright, let's see what we can do. Want to save the Hawk Rider arrows till they bunch up here. And ideally we want to get around behind these forces so that when they're trying to wheel towards me, there we go, there's a nice volley. Because they have Vanguard, but they don't have fire while moving, so here the trees work quite to our advantage. And we're like real quick, so all we gotta do is run over the top of them, right? And then boom, boom. We're just gonna pull them back there. Our girl's rocking it out there. And we're just going to... Oh yeah, good shot there. Great shot there. Boom, boom, boom. These guys melting. Just melting. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. The eagle distracts there and there. They still can't hit us for nothing. Not for nothing. Just shredding them there and there. Beautiful stuff. We're going to rotate here. And go in this direction. They've got firewall moving, so that's good. We'll just keep on popping them. Oh, these are proper Dark Riders here. Let's get here. Our girls are chasing a little bit too far there. Now they're in the woods. That'll block their shot a little bit. And we will surprise them by charging immediately at them. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now they're too far away because we're so quick. All right, all right. And now it's time to just come in here and here. Running at, get these here just in time to be here and here. And we get all the way on the Dark Riders there, catching them with the Eagle where they're not going to get away from it. These guys are rotated on right where we want them, and now we're just going to leave these fools in the dust. They're going to be totally out of this fight. Here, take a shot. Here, take a shot. And here. Good, good, good. Running back this way. You know, if Total War only had 10 units, I could be okay at it. So too could everyone. And then now they're going to be long left in the dust. And Aranessa, oh boy, run away, run away. Taking some shots there. And then getting a nice fireball upon the foe. Not really a fireball. We're just calling it that. A fireball for Wood Elf Justice. Supreme Sorceress of Beast, so we're just going to charge in here. They're trying not to give the flank there, but yeah. And now all of these guys are coming in from across the way. The ones Aranessa left in the dust. We get the terror out, because, man, that item is clutch. Juice these guys up. The Eagle's fighting Dark Riders. They won't like that too much. You know, it's no wonder why they thought they were going to win this. I mean, they kind of came pretty close to winning it, even with me playing it very well. I mean, for my standards. Latte just got your field quest battles rough. Cold Run Riders do magic attacks. Oh, that is bad. I mean, makes sense. But, that's pretty good. Pretty good for them, pretty bad for you. Wow, we get a big salvo in us. We need to, at least we're in our own territory to, you know, replenish some. Just need to keep it going a bit. Feels strange not to hear the default battle music. I know, right? Well, too, because You know, I watch a lot of Turin's multiplayer videos and stuff, and it's like it's the music he uses for like the loading at the beginning. You know, like for his, you know, the stream goes live, but you know the 2 minutes before he shows up or whatever, that's like his screen music. So it's like, to me, it's the actual loading screen, and the fact that it's literally the dwarves is like a thing I forget. But of course, Glade Guard have Firewall moving too, and then we come through here. Sisters of Twilight, we need actually, it would be nice if we got them a little bit more hurt, right? Because if we can get them hurt more, then they'll get a big heal. So we're going to let them shoot us. Because the sisters, if you get them under 20% HP, then they get like a 25% heal, which has got to be soon, right? Come on. There we go. Now we procced it. Now we just need to get away to let it come on. But I think we'll probably army loss some. But so that's the thing. We did get beat up, but I did know this was part of the game. And we do get exactly what we need. And it's not battle outcome decided dependent. So yeah, you just wait 30 seconds and then you get 25% of your hit points back. So that'll put us in shape again. But as I was saying, you know, this is why I'm like, you know, your army can beat one army, but can it beat two? Because, you know, we ran out of all of our ammo. We fought an equal-sized army and we ran out of all of our ammo. That means anytime, basically, we fight an equally sized army, we're gonna run out of our ammo. There's ways to have more ammo. We don't have access to them exactly right now, but there we go. We're going to... That was a lot of Dark Riders that we got rid of. It's a lot of all of them we got rid of. We are in recruitment. They had to go pretty far to catch us. This is actually an ideal result. You might be saying, I'm looking at your forces and they are toasted. Yeah, this is the ideal result, though. We're recruiting new troops. Their army is absolutely buttered up and thrown onto the grill, right? Like, it is screwed up. And we had a tough fight ahead of us at their walls if this was all there, right? We would have been doing this with walls, which make me nervous, and everything. As it is, we still will probably have quite a time. But the sisters get their big heal. Yeah, you know, Tyrion gets it too. There's a couple silly get hurt a lot, then heal a lot guys. If we can just get like a Wayfarer's Banner and a Ranger's Quiver for our girls. Does Ranger's Quiver take the same slot as the Healing Ring? I don't think so. If it did, you just give the Healing Ring to the Spellsinger. Anyway. We continue beating down the foe because that is what's hot on the streets. We gotta get... Right now we're surviving better than like indeed. Look, that netted us almost 1,000 hit points, so just good. Lost your Runesmith list. That's terrible. That's the sad feeling. Here, we do get 14% replen, so very good. They get, like, bonus things for the effects, you know? So, you can get, you know, Missile Strength or Fizz Resist. However, 14% replenishment, I mean, that's what we need here. Because this army got so screwed up, we might have actually just made it drop. Nope, they do get back in. You know, not quite enough work to make them popped, but... Now we just got to get this, and how hard can it be, right? We do get Flock of Doom and upgrade of Flock of Doom, which does make this a much, much easier proposition, right? Because now if we get a blob fight, we can melt whoever's there. They've got 3 Dark Shards with shields.
Waste my time.
And 4 Dark Rider repeater crossbows.
Adventure. The Sisters of Twilight.
Infinite wins is huge, so it's money. Well, they do last for turns, so if you... I think they stack up, though, you know. But, you know, missile damage is not nothing. And replenishment you may not need.
Dawn, dusk, stronger together.
Alright, time for,
Lord, sister, cease your prattle.
time for the most important battle of the campaign. If we can't win this, we can't win the campaign. We don't have anybody with shields. However, these won't be like good towers, right? If we can find a way to be popping them on the walls, the sisters will just shred Dark Shards in melee, right? They got shields, that won't matter. You know, but we'll hopefully be able to get it done. We've got a bunch of hit points. The Eagle's super beat up. We left it fighting the Dark Riders alone for like a while, and once they got over the initial fear of fighting it, you know, they definitely got over it. So what you do here is pull them over the wall so that this stuff on the wall doesn't affect them, right? Right. Because if we can get, like, a really good... Aha! Yes, a really good kill on these Dark Riders before it kicks off. We absolutely, because like all their Dark Riders are on this wall, and we know that because we can look at it. So we just need to keep her moving because they are now. Yep, run away, run away, run away. Because they've got Firewall moving. There we go. Come on, no, 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 no. All right, we failed. That's the thing. If you fail to click just for a bit, she'll like go up in the air, and then you're gonna be just so messed up. Yeah, we don't have enough range there to get to her. But here, the 2 Hawk Riders do a very good job of beating them up there, and then we're just going to run over this way. Or rather, we'll leave 1 unit on them. Because with all of them now just trying to get at us here, very clumsy, never going to work. They are doing a really good job of running away from me. Alright, what we want to do now is start working on the wall now that they don't have so much of these guys helping with that mobility. Just some of them helping with that mobility. Are we getting anything done on this tower? No, not really. Not really. It's still pretty important to keep hitting it, I think. Because now we are fighting them on the wall. Do they have any spears here? No, they're just like really far away. Yeah, so now she's having a party here. That's good. Because the thing is if you can't get inside the gate, then this is all you can do, right? Wow, we take a volley. That's super bad. We might just get a game over on the campaign, right? We might just. We're taking a lot of damage there. That's not good. Because if I can't win this fight, then we can't keep playing. We lose, right? That's how the game works. So we have to do it. Because how do we ever win a siege? How do we ever win a siege with Wood Elves? It doesn't feel good, right? Because the only way I know how to win a siege, the only way is to knock down a wall. And then once you've knocked down that wall, you go inside. But I don't know how to play this newfangled not the wall way. We're gonna take a shot at these dark shards and then run. Cause like this is like sort of okay, but it's not. The thing about this is that we're at like half ammo and we're super beat up, so. Or any fortress wikis that we really want. I feel like the big one is you can get like a bunch of like it's like a Hawk Rider. It's just a landmark in like Val's Anvil though, or no, the Waterfall Palace. No, the Crag Halls of Findle. That's where it's at. Because, like, theoretically... Theoretically... this build could just, like, work if we could get enough Air Force, right? But... we still run into the thing, like, what happens when you run out of ammo? We would need, like, 5 restocks, you know? Cycle charge here. Not bad. Like, I guess we can try to walk all the way over here. That, it just seems like I literally don't know how to play. Like, I actually don't know how to play this game. Because I feel, not in a hyperbolic way, but I feel like if we even try to bring our units in, all we do is throw them away. Like, that they literally are just going to be killed if we try to use them. And then nothing will happen except their deaths. Which makes all of this part of my army useless unless we're in the field. And not that useful when we are in the field. Birds trying to fight the tower, doing terrible. Well, we got them with their back turned, so we can get, like, some... barely any. Some damage on them. They're away from... Alright, so we get a fight here, but we're getting shot up a little bit. We need to get into the air. This is just a wizard, but that doesn't mean she can't do anything if she catches us for too far. But, you know, they are low leadership. I mean, relatively low leadership. Wow, oh, man. Okay, there's our heal going, though. There's our heal going, though. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. We get caught against spears on the ground. We might not get up from that one. 10 seconds on the heal there. You just need to get them off of the ground. Alright, her heal clicks. We just come in here. The eagle dives right when these repeater crossbows are trying to get it in. Supreme Sorceress Beast getting tuned on there. Alright, let's fly around the wall, not over the wall. Please, my girls. Act like you want me to win. Alright, there we go. Now the Dark Shard shields run away from her, and they'll be able to pepper them with shots as we go in. You know, 2k hit points. Oh, jeez. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Getting shot by repeater crossbows. I'm like, how is a Sorceress of Beast doing that? Feels bad.
Sisters of Twilight.
Awaiting orders. Swift now.
But now we get them to move off of the wall, which is just what we wanted. No, 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 don't shoot me. That's not what I wanted. And of course, this gives them a big leadership buff. Well, we've dealt with the tower here and over there.
Moving as one.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Please keep moving, guys. Alright, dive there. Here, can't dive, but it's alright. Why are we fighting them during Murderous Prowess? I do theoretically know better. It lasts forever, though. It lasts, like, so long, right? Who can wait it out? Literally who? Alright, now 2 years later, now that all of their... Wow, okay, please. Alright, these are just swords. If we can... If they'll run away from me here... There we go. Murderous Prowess goes off. They do run away. They tear a route. We're going to be able to get up into the air here. But now these guys are all going to die. We might... You know, we might lose... might lose our Great Eagle and our Great Hawks. If we do, that might actually be a game over, too. There's a lot of potential fail states. We might have met them just by being so bad at the game. Right? Because, like, what's going on here? Like... But if the bird stays alive, then the Hawk Riders should stay up. Fortunately, we've dealt with the internal towers on this side. And that one is, I think, too far away to interact with us. Yeah, it can't make it through over the wall there, so... Alright, so now that, you know, if we could have got them to do this earlier, no. I mean, these guys are almost out of ammo already, and they just got into the fight, you know. That's how quickly we run out of ammo. Plus, they're Dark Elves, so they all have silver shields. They all of them have silver shields. And you can't really flank them when they're inside, but at least we're going to get to use our ammo. Even though it may actually have the effect of, you know, making us worse. By lowering balance of power. If we use more ammo, then we get benefit from it. The terror routes proving already to be just amazing. Mask of E, super great item. I mean, obviously, like, something else that gave you that, like, Torment... No, Tormentor Sword doesn't. The Shrieking Sword, there's one that gives you, like, magic attacks and terror, you know, and that's... Wow! Run! Because the thing about terror routes is... they're really amazing when somebody has rallied. Because something that's recently rallied and come back, depending on how you broke them in the first place, if you broke them to just like a traditional I shot them a lot and they ran away because we hurt them a lot thing, then they are almost certainly not going to come back through a terror route. You know, we're just going to dodge this way. Take them out there. Because, like, now we can get in, but all of our dudes would have got just murdered if they had Dark Shards still. And this is, like, not... Like, this is what happened to their super crummy... With their super crummy army and their, like, non-functional, you know, stuff. Where we had already beat their army in the field. Imagine if we had tried to beat all those stacks of the repeater crossbows with this. We would have ran out of ammo and had nothing to do but lose. But it looks like we're going to pull through, in spite of my many pronouncements of failure. Honestly, pretty surprised by it. We had some alright micro results. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, no, my god. No! They go all the way over there. Oh man. Oh, that is rough. I can't believe it. That is so rough. Oh man, we're probably losing that eagle. Look, you might think, aren't eagles bad? They fly. They're not useless. That is crazy. I cannot believe that. They walked all the way over there, took 2 shots, and then left. They're so much better at the game than I am, right? Like, how could a computer be so much better at something than me? That was a bad flock of doom. It only... Oh no, we got 2 people out of it. That is crazy. Alright, they shatter and we win. I'm like, dude, like, we gotta find some way to think about sieging a Dark Elf before we have to do that again, because wow. I mean, look, I know Wood Elves aren't supposed to be good at sieging, and oh boy, are they ever not. The eagle may not be disbanded. It's got 41 hit points when it ran off the map, but running off the map ain't dead, and the game will very often save a single entity at super low hit points if it doesn't actually get slain on the battlefield. We'll see what it is here. That is crazy. Can't believe it. I looked up and I saw, like, bolt thrower streams. I'm like, what? No, they don't have any of those. I was like, oh no, the other one. I can't believe we could just moved him over a little bit. Would have been safe. Hey, we keep it. Baller. You know, no value here. Value. The only thing you can do is hope to be able to use your ammo and win, because if not, there's nothing. I'm not a good enough player to do anything else. And just super beat up. What we want to do here is build this casualty replenishment building, right? Because then we're gonna... Ooh, Mother Estonkia. Do you hate us? Yes. She does hate us. But the good news is, like, we just won the war, right? With our early faction. And we did it the hard way around. Although, if we had taken Val's Anvil... Well, we wouldn't have been able to recruit, right? Yeah. But we'll get this, and then next turn...
Serene Nestra. Tempestuous Araha.
Is that actually going to help us? Because... We'll be going there immediately.
Bring me battle.
No, it isn't, is it? But we make a ton of money, so that's good.
So bored. So impatient.
So corruption, pretty irrelevant. Missile strength and ambush success chance, I mean, sure. But we get now... I mean, the base missile damage... Really more of a helping others, isn't it? Because ours is AP already. And that's missile damage, not armor piercing. I don't think the base overlaps there. Pretty sure it doesn't, in fact. Well, you know, it's still something. And if she's around the Hawk Riders, it'll help them a ton. Man, I wish I had aerial.
Awaiting duty.
I feel like you used to get her like super crazy early. I don't even know how you get her anymore. Man, these turns are quick.
Twin defenders of the glades. They are marked.
Lose my Hawk Riders? No, absolutely I won't. Confederator through and hope. Fair enough. I'm like, yeah, this will just be a minor one. Yeah, easy peasy. And then when they stand up, when they all stand up, we'll do it again. It doesn't do nearly as many that time, you know. I think they weren't as bunched, right? And then now we're going to open up fire at will here right as they turn. Yeah, look at this. We're gonna move around behind him and shoot him. This is like the first time I've ever done an archer flank ever in this game, but I've thought about doing it a lot. Overcast to Flock of Doom, gets a bunch of work done, gets a bunch of work done. Oh, it's everything I dreamed it could be. Look at me. We're shooting them in the backs. Bottom. Bottom. But this overwhelming archery fire, very good. Just what we want to see. Run away, run away! And then if they chase us, all of these archers will shoot them. Wow, getting tuned up, my girl. Run away, run away. You know, this dude a lot better. 93 melee attack. Oh, because he gets murderous mastery. Yeah. 93.
They shall join the we. The Sisters of Twilight.
20% more ammo. Yeah, we'll wear it. Gives us 3 more shots. Trading 10 fizz resist for it, but 15 missile resist. I mean, the missile resist is mostly what we're going to be taking, right?
The forest is whispering.
His love will not abide you. Get away.
She doesn't love me.
Let it bring carnage.
Because, like, if she just wanted to be cool.
You are wise indeed.
Twin defenders of the glades.
Alright, so this costs 6 grand. Bunch of... It gives you 10% less upkeep and 5 faction-wide armor. The thing is that I can't defend it. Because, like, what's up here? Torox? The Great Brass Bull, you know. So the thing about the elf tree is that everything in it isn't good. Even if it's kind of good, it's just like by the time you get it, you're like, oh, great. Good, you know, that after like 100 turns, we can get one that we care about. We don't want Eagle Lords, though, because we don't want everybody to know where we are. No. It's because I don't want to spend 5 grand on it. Doesn't matter. People know who we are.
Protector of the weak.
And trade isn't, like, linked to where you're at anymore, so that's good. Man, some of these people don't even love us. That's crazy. How are y'all not going to be impressed? I've been up on Dark Elves over here.
Itching for fresh battle.
guess that wouldn't be adjacent anyway, right? So we'll just take... None of these? None of them, yeah. Take none of them.
Fight? Only when necessary.
Because we're almost certainly just going to lose this again. And the Skaven are going to be here in the gorge, so we'll have to grab it.
Adventure. Communing with the forest.
Should have built the recruitment building here. Terrible choice in retrospect. You want a gift? I'm never going to give you anything.
I seek prey.
Alright, so we're ambushing Skaven. This is gonna be terrible. This is gonna go so bad. Because the computer is a lot better at this game than I am. Just so much better at it. And this is a terrible place to ambush. Like, why would we ambush here? I guess we can let him go forward a little bit. This is still just a terrible place to ambush from. This is a little better here. So we'll have these guys like here and they'll run away whenever they come in or something. They're just gonna run away from us, right? Yeah, they're just gonna run up this way because we won't be able to stop them. You know, I guess that's just what it's gonna be. But, you know, at least we get the plate claw catapult, right? And the bombardiers. I mean, it's not a bad ambush. For all that they're probably going to get away, at least we ambushed some of them. For all that they're almost all going to get away, at least we ambushed some of them. Yeah, they're just going to walk past us. I do this all the time. Because it's like, I want to get the valuable stuff in the back and they just leave it. They don't turn around to fight, they just leave it. Yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world. After all, this is what we would need to take care of in a Skaven army anyway. Without all the ranged stuff, then we can, you know, have a fair fight later. If this Deathglow Bombardier goes here and shoots at this blob that for some reason is here, it's gonna get like 80 kills in one volley. It doesn't look like he's gonna do it though. It looks like he is too afraid of our guys diving him. So that's good news. Deathglow Bombardiers are heavily armored, but very low melee defense. This is basically the thing for Hawk Riders to dive on. Hawk Riders are super good at diving, like Scaven Weapons teams, you know, stuff like Iron Breakers, anything in that vein with the somewhat low model count, so you can push them around pretty easy and surround them. You know, low defense, high armor because they got the armor piercing primary, very decent weapon strength, right? With 34 AP damage and 24 models on the charge. They hit on the charge with 60. You know, puts them up to about 100 attack. And when you're mopping up the enemy, you always want to turn Fire at Will off because... And you want to go on to Talonodon, because this one is like less likely to accidentally your own units. A lot of Fire at Will like will never turn off if you have fire while moving. It's just like a thing that happens. Yeah, I mean, we also didn't get the Plague Monks. You know, we did get the Catapults. And if you get the Catapults and the Bombardiers and the Gutter Runners, then, you know, in the next battle, easier to be overhead. Yeah, that's the thing about Scaven, you know. We made him run away, but, you know, we killed 10% of them. But the best 10%.
Harmony must be imposed. Twin defenders of the glades. We fight for the forest.
Wow. And the Plague Claw Catapult apparently wasn't done, and we get so beat up there. I really shouldn't have done that auto. That was careless.
Itching for fresh battle.
That was very careless.
Serene Nestra.
Tempestuous Arahan.
Tempestuous Arahan. The good news is we're gonna have our guys soon. The other good news is Spellsinger of Life.
So bored. So impatient.
You need me? Lord of Deepwood protects its sons and daughters. Highborn.
I guess Plague Monks don't have shields.
Awaiting duty.
Oh my god. I have not been getting my items from the Forge of Daith. So this is like the most important weapon thing in the game, right? It gives you a heal and it gives you casualty replen in foreign territory. It's the best. I can't believe I forgot the Forge of Daith. I was thinking about it when I started. Alright, so then the only thing that really matters is that you can get better casualty replen for the army. You can get, you know, more income. But I want to say, like, this is just the, in the query, you know, like, it gives you good stuff, but it's like, what you really need is infinite ammo, which you don't get through this. Yeah, we just go up there. Cannot believe that. Hopefully we didn't waste too many of them. Hopefully we didn't.
The forest is whispering.
And does that ring also increase our replen natively? No, I don't think so. But, why is hers so much higher then? Okay, so when she's in the forest, she gets spell mastery. That's good to know. And this ring regeneration is very, very strong. I mean, it's, even at level 2, right? You're getting, that's 3.2 heal a second for 13 seconds. You know, that's what, more than a third of your HP. It's absolutely incredible as an item. And foreign replenishment, as you know, is my favorite thing in the game. For both of them to be on one item, it's just too good. This is actually also what we need on Long Drawn Slayers when we make him a trait. Alright, should have built that ages ago.
Twilight twins.
So now we know that Minor Scaven's in the gorge, because he has taken away the health. Torox attacks, Torox attacks. But the thing is, you know, is they're just a little bit too late. Because we've come in there, we've got our money, we've made our money, we're still alive. And while I want to go pop them here, if we just, well,
Craving prey.
why don't we just? What's the worst that could happen? It could be a big Scaven block that would kill us. I mean, that would be pretty worst. What's the worst that'll probably happen? Not that. Oh, goodness, that's a lot of them. Please say they don't have walls. Alright, well, that's alright then. So the good news is that a bunch of these guys will just get shredded by her. And we've got our healing ring now. Is she on a mount yet? She is on a mount yet. That is good too. Alright, so we just got to get rid of warp fire throwers. And can they shoot the air? I think so. Very low range though. This should be not too tough to deal with. A couple of units of Menace below shouldn't be too tough to deal with. Because once you get the Dreaming Ring, right, then you just need a couple more heroes. And then these what do I do problems become, let's go sit in a corner and fast forward for a second. What we want to do is move everybody back to a nice safe place. Yeah, because we could heal, you know, we can heal the eagle. It doesn't have to be a hero, right? So it's really very good. You get yourself an Ancient Treeman. This item is awesome. It's so good. One of the best items in the game. And foreign replenishment is bonkers. It'd be so much better if you weren't Wood Elves, right? But it's still very good. Alright, let's get to it.
Lighting the path. Nature calls us. End them.
And we're just going to heal the eagle right now. Get them rolling. The girls, they're strong enough at the moment, right?
Guided
And Skaven are just like such chumps when it comes to here. So warp grinders could lock us in place, but that's got a pretty small radius, so we'll just try to not let them do that to us, right? Did they just minutes below there? Yeah, I guess they don't know where we are, so they would. I don't know if this Arrows of Kernus is going to be very effective, because they were all over the place. It is fairly effective. Scav Howling Warp Gale? Sure doesn't. Alright, now we're just going to come over the top here. Come over this way, because they're about to meet up with some of our troops. 10 seconds for another heal. Man, this Dreaming Ring, it's definitely going to... You know, because now you basically, you don't have to have a regrowth if you have a Dreaming Ring. Although it's still good. Oh, these clan rats don't even have shields? Oh, you're in for it, buddies. Oh my gosh! Wow, they stopped! Oh no! Keep running, guys. Keep running. Wow. Good news is they still have most of their models, so if we can heal them with the ring, you know, this very careless mistake will be, you know, fixed. And that's the power of the ring. There we go. The Dreaming Ring comes in. Very good indeed. This Flock of Doom is going to be so good, and then we're going to come in here for the Terror Route. Oh, they, Clan Rats on the Deepwood Scouts. Run away, run away. That's a summon, of course, but now the Great Eagle is caught out, because we let them get caught out. Very bad play. Trying to push through Warp Grinders, and hopefully they'll let us, right? But, you know, at least these Eternal Guard are fighting in the trees. We're just going to dive the Warp Fire Throwers here, I guess. Time to run a little bit. We're going to go like so. Overcast a Flock of Doom in the middle of this big blob and hopefully hit everything. Wow, they get all the way... Wow, look at them get all the way in. Jeez. You know, to think that I thought this was going to be easy, we get shot up very badly. But if we get them off of this line, right, then... Because this Terror Route is going to... That's the thing about Scaven. If you can get them to run, they're all going to run. Like, look at that Terror Route. That is a great chain Terror Route. But, oh, man, the Warp Fire Throwers... Just 1 second of them will ruin everything we have fought for, but it looks like we're going to be able to get away with it here, right? We're going to Flock of Doom like so, onto them. Getting very beat up by the Warfire Throwers, but at least they've got the 30% missile resist. Wow! Getting melted! Alright, the good news is that those guys are all breaking, and when we come in here, we're probably going to be able to get a break and a terror route on everything on this front. Deepwood Scouts can't really make much of a difference here. Like, dive them, please, dive them. We are really thinking about diving them. You know, they're not a duelist lord. It's never been more clear. Oh, wait, no, that bird is far away. Okay, what do we need to heal? Jeez, these guys. Okay, okay. Why is he not running? We're losing. I think we're losing. I think we're getting a campaign game over here. Maybe not. It's the routing units coming back, right? Because I never ever can mentally budget for that. It's so hard. It's like you're like, all right, we've got them, they're in front of us, and then they run through you. You don't stop them when they run, like right here, right? They run through you. You don't stop them because your units won't stop a routing unit. But we might be getting it done. You know, the Dreaming Ring is just the best item. And we are now having, wow, an archery duel with warpfire throwers. We're seeing how that works out. They absolutely delete our entire thing. Super rough. Super, super rough. Alright, we're gonna heal these guys now. Alright, did we get him? Yeah, there we go. Jeez, jeez Louise. You know. Never fails to be more intense than I planned for. But the good news is, with our ring, right, we're still going to be able to end up in okay shape. We're going to use it on the bird, yeah. And then hopefully we'll get one more use out of it. Honor self for this one. Looks like we will. Craziness. But that's what it's all about. The bird lived. Indeed. Like, what a hero this bird is. It gets no value. It does get shot. It does make me scared. But that ring, right, because that... Getting access to a heal that big. We saw right there in that fight how good it was, right? We got roasted on our Eagles. Hawk Riders. But didn't lose but one model. Healed them all the way up and they were fine.
The world roots grow once more. Serene Nestra, tempestuous Arahan.
Like, do we just recruit another turn here? No, because I don't believe in it. No. I guess we do have to stop for 2 turns. Well, if that was the case, then we stop 1 turn, build this. Because I don't want to fight another Skaven primary settlement.
Inseparable, invincible.
Be a lot easier with this group now, of course, but... Let's lower accept the kickoffs bigger. Oh, well, they are like functionally immortal. The mean one is always like getting killed in funny ways and then like coming back to life while the nice sister flips out. I mean, you probably don't care. They're the golden girls, like how Tyrion and Teclis are the golden boys. Like they're the golden girls of the High Elves. Like Daith loves them, like them personally. Like he really likes them, and he's like the Smith of the Wood Elves, right? So like he basically drops everything he's doing to make them cool stuff, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, cool, that was nice," and he's like, "Oh, they really like it," you know, that kind of thing. That's the whole deal. They go around and do stuff. You know, they're sort of like legendary figures, although the elves all believe they're real. But so the other thing is like you can get the cloak. I really quite like the Dreaming Cloak. Reason being that it you know, lets you summon a unit of Way Watchers at the top, which is so good. But I struggle to think of what to get here. I think we just save up for the last level of the ring, right? I mean, why not? Because it also gives you 10% vigor per second lower. So yeah, we'll just save up for the ring. That's the right thing to do. And going from 8 to 12 in foreign territory. 12 is a very legitimate sort of thing. Yeah. Yep. Elf celebrities. They're so fancy that all the other famous elves love them. And again, like they... Sometimes very funny stuff happens with them. Like I think at one point a vampire cut one of their heads off, and while her head was cut off, she was just like, "Huh, here's my sword." Like messes him up, just kills him, and then like her head just sort of like zoops back on. Because when one of them's alive, the other one's gonna stay alive.
So bored, so impatient.
I trust our ancient.
She declares war on me. I know you're saying, wasn't that just a demand for money? Looks like a declaration of war to me. There's only room in the world for one dark-haired elf. And it's the nice one. You expect that it's going to be the mean one, but it's not. Win your weird battles, and you can confederate those guys. I'm like, yeah, I'll fight the dwarves, right? Sure.
Onward, together. Rest, if you must.
And then we'll get Glade Guard, couple Dryads. You can get War Dancers here. I mean, that's... I can get War Dancers here? How? Oh, cause global. Right. Well, I guess that's probably not outside of what they would cost, right? Yeah, because we have the reduction. So we might as well... So the thing about War Dancers... So Azrai Spears give you armor piercing and anti-large. But you already have armor piercing, not anti-large, through the Eternal Guard. You can give them, like, big missile resist, but, you know, then they lose their melee defense. Will you forget to turn it off? Maybe. I love the idea of using Wood Elf units, but often I just don't. And the Dual Swords one, of course, you get anti-infantry. You don't ever need anti-infantry, right? I feel like one unit of these, like, for an anti-cav sweeper... is always fine, and maybe 2 units is good. Because again, if you just put on the Storm of Blades ability, just juice it for power, ditch the melee defense, go all attack, like, they can pop like a light cavalry or whatever really easy. And we do have quite a big ground contingent still, but I don't want to lean too much into that because we are going to get some more hawks soon. Another Dryad, save money. Another Dryad, yeah. 3 spears, 3 Dryads. Like, now we're talking. This is my idea of a great army. I like a lot of stuff on the ground. And here at Glade Captain, so Town to Kernus gets... Okay. Alright. So they already have magical ammunition. So getting Ariel's Chosen in the power reserve is good. Town to Kernus getting another... So getting this pack trap thing, which is pretty good vigor per second and can't move for 10 seconds. I mean, I feel like you just gotta take that. Magic attacks is pretty alright, but they all have magic ammo already. But I guess most of the stuff through the forge wouldn't give them magic attacks, so... Have some charge potential? I mean, I usually put them onto an eagle. Because Space Stalkers can't fly, but the Glade Captains can get on an eagle eventually, so that's usually what I do. And then they're like the plus skirmishers that, you know, and then they charge in and smash in the air maybe, you know, whatever's trying to get a hold of her. Getting the power reserve capacity, we already have this trait on somebody. You know, another net. We'll just get another net.
Not now, but soon.
Well, we could go to level 3 Oak of Ages. I think level 2 is about as good as we can expect our stuff to be at the moment. I think like that is the simplest. I mean, it would be awesome, but we would need a way to get him unbreakable, right? You see, if you're playing Sisters of Twilight allied with dwarves, and then you could, oh man, and then you could. Find a way to get a bunch of restock armors so that you could use. Good stuff. It's probably not worth it. I mean, it would give us the Confederation of... I mean, maybe just go for it, right? Maybe. It's a bunch of money, but we've made a lot, and you know, if we just get like a big punchy lord there.
Deep wood protects its sons and daughters. Tread carefully.
Yeah, you know, you can give the Oak of Ages away, but you know, why would you?
In my halls, the words of the faith.
Yep, it's you know, it's the oak for all.
Bring me battle.
We end up with very minimal restoration there. You know, is what it is. You know, you get worse once you get your Dreaming Ring up. You get worse replenishment in just like a normal region than you will in your good one, Torox's Adval's Anvil. And it looks like he ran back to his place, so that's good. We'll go here, hit Plain of Dogs.
The forest protects, the forest
Because it being raised is actually very funny, right? Because Torox wants it to be raised because he wants to raise things. But it doesn't hurt us for it to be raised. It's okay when our hinterlands are raised. So it's pretty funny that, you know, it in no way inhibits our ability to do what we want here.
Twin defenders of the glades.
Oh, but it did take away... Brutal. Brutal. It took away our only Dryad building, so we don't get any Dryads.
Nature's own shortcut.
With grace.
Sent by the This is the life.
Eastman Wood Elves are very similar campaign map. Indeed, indeed. You know, just more freedom for the Beastmen. And then, so this follower is so good, right? You just get it for winning, and it's 14 armor and 14% weapon strength. There's actually a few items in the Wood Elf register, like ancillaries, that are incredibly weird and way too strong. I don't know if they're still around. They used to have it for, like, it was Blade Singers, maybe? Maybe it was Blade Singers, but yeah, you could get a lot of these things that made your Blade Singers better, like a lot of them, like they'd be 100 in attack and defense good. Like they really got it done.
You are such a bore.
And it looks like this Warherd actually just dealt with some Skaven. That's pretty funny. Here, because of the desert, we get a couple of these. Good, good, good. And we'll just leave them here because, well, we're going to be there soon. Hey, oh, there we go. So, getting a Shadowcaster would be good, right? And the best part of Life Magic is having access to Regrowth, which we have a much better item than Regrowth, right? Sure, you could cast Regrowth as well, but functionally, the Dreaming Ring is just better than Regrowth. It doesn't cost anything, you know. So Earthblood's, like, fine, but I think if we just go with Shadow for, like, the punch, right? Here, both of these are fine. We can get 10 spell intensity and 50 experience gain, or ITP, 10 hit points, 15 leadership, and 30 experience gain. I think really the spell intensity will be worth, and the higher experience gain is better. So we'll just grab them. I hate to recruit somebody before we're going to be over there, but, you know, we'll be over there, and then we'll have enough for a full stack-ish. And then I'll realize I recruited too many troops. Alright, so that Skaven clan did get eliminated. Excellent. And I think what we want to do here is... Oh, no, we have to get back home, so we can't fight Korok Manripper. Alright, he can't quite get inside. So that is good.
Moving with grace.
Very good indeed. And then increased mobility. Very good.
I foresee great things.
And the Spell Singer isn't going to do anything right now, but look, you gotta level up wizards. Reload time reduction, speed for elven units. How about... like, why don't we just take more casualty replenishment? Okay, yeah. Transformation of Kadon seems fine. Or do we get... no, these are level 14. Okay. And at least they're on a horse now.
Remain calm.
We might even get Eternal Guard shields. The shields are very important, right? Because, like, I love a Wood Elf campaign, right? There's something that you can't lose, but everything else you can lose, and that makes it fine. This is going to be a brawl, of course. We don't have anything that's good at dealing with Taurox. You could shoot them with the anti-large stuff, you know, and you can pepper them down with things. Fundamentally, though, we do have stuff that's good against everything else in the army. Arrows. Of course, if you let Minos get it on you, you won't see that your arrows are good against them, but they are good against them. And he burns it down, doing me a huge damage. And, you know, you don't hate to have a Beastman as a neighbor if they're not in the cookie jar, right? Heyo. Alright, so Kane for... I mean, yeah, obviously. Upkeep would only save us a little bit. This is going to save us a bunch because we're about to... wait. Alright, so 8 technologies, we get a Talisman of Preservation. That's good.
So be it. Sanctuary is ours.
We recruited too many Glade Guard. Tale as old as the times.
The Sisters of Twilight. Awaiting bloodshed.
And then, you know, if we get a chance, we'll get guys with the shields. Do we want to just get Winter Guard are unbreakable, right? Yeah. They're unbreakable, and that's like the only difference about them. Let me be clear. That is a crazy great difference. They also cost twice as much as a regular unit does. Twice as much?
Itching for fresh battle.
But we already get enabled Wake Forest Attrition if they come in. Hey, Whitefire. Copying me? Yes, that's me.
Craving.
No original ideas here. You won't have to worry about that from me, sir. I would love it if Taurox would just walk in. I bet he's got a defeat trait that gives me damage. Grand Hierophant Katep, if you try to move in here, DJ Katep. Alright, well, Taurox did us a solid there. He had the same thought I had. He's like, if you try to move into that land, which I have just burned down... Of course, he has neutral replenishment, and so too do I. Alright, what we want to do now is move to ambush and see if we can get Taurox to come in at us, right? We're just going to let the Man Rippers keep on going. This army's fine. I would like to drop a couple of these Glade Guard and get better Glade Guard. I can't actually recruit better Glade Guard. Can't actually recruit better Glade Guard. Good. right? Because we were like, we're not gonna get those better archers anyway, because like, you know, the ones with like
Twin defenders of the glades.
you know, magic attacks and poison, that's pretty good. Starfire shafts are good. The thing about Starfire shafts is they use, you know, too many shots. Yeah, they run out. No, it's the Swift Shivers that do it, not the Hagbane Tips. That's what I was thinking of, yeah. The Swift Shiver ones, they both have magic attacks, but yeah. This is like, you think, oh, they've got a lot of ammo, but they don't. They have 22 ammo. Anyway, here we'll go...
Fine, I'll go. An ambush. How delicious.
Oh, they've got...
Yes.
Agreed.
They get Master Ambush. Totally forgot. They have Masterful Ambush, so we only have to spend 10 points.
Merge with shadow.
Very good. And we're just going to go here. Torox is not going to be able to get away unless he goes in this way, which he might. If he does and burns that down, that'll just help the forest health. Torox actually kind of just a good guy, you know? Plane of Dogs. Makes sense you'd be there, Marathi. Boom! Got her! Trying to serenade, indeed. It's hardly hardly a Slayer pirate situation.
Speak quickly.
Fear not. We will
Daith, you love me! Counter offer. Pay me 1 gold and I will take it. No. Me and you, Daith, we're the same. You know, getting this, the Talian Pavis is not bad, right? 15 missile block is just what it sounds like. Very solid. Reload time reduction, I mean, it's okay. I would love, if I can just get that stupid quiver, right? If I could get a Ranger's quiver like right now, this whole campaign would be a party. Alright, we lost the big bad.
If we must.
If we hit him, he won't be able to get away. Oh, we had support from the garrison. Yeah, they were never going to get it done. Here, the replen doesn't matter much, so we'll just take the small little chunk of money and negative leadership to the local region. Boom, Vols, Anvil Smith, and then we get... Yeah, there we go. War Dancer Drummer. So yeah, it's +4 melee attack for him. And you can put it on every hero that you've got, and it goes up.
inseparable.
Invincible.
Born to protect.
I mean, getting 3 uses of Arrows of Karnas, but it's just like a 3 projectile one.
Ariel's will triumphs once more.
Well, it was his 10 times as strong as theirs, though. No, 5 times as strong as theirs with 3 projectiles. So, I mean, just a little bit weaker than one of those. I mean, you want to take it, but do you want to take it before... this? I mean, no. We'll just take the movement, right? Yeah, we'll just take the movement. It'll be boring. It's the right thing to do. And then Pendulum, because you can never go wrong with a good old Pendulum. Here we drop 2 of these for... additional... what? Okay, so we got to build this building in order to get the shields for our guys. Well, thanks, I hate it. No wonder I never get guys with shields. I guess no wonder I never get guys with shields. Look at this one. He'll be our only guy with shield. No, we can wait to get them there in ROR.
The seasons smile upon us.
More hawks, I guess, are always fine. We just want to move where? I mean, anywhere, really.
Unbridled glory of battle.
When do we fight?
Only when necessary.
The dead should stay.
You want peace with me? Very well, I accept. This will sometimes make other people on the map unhappy with you. The good thing about playing Wood Elves is you literally don't have to care about anybody.
My blade is sharp. My spirit is strong.
Because, like, what are they going to do? Come at your force? They better not. They better not. Tons of ambush success, and then we'll ambush success chance, and then we'll just go over here for the attack, the fizz resist, the post battle, the magic, and then yeah. Got right, indeed. Or be my best friend, or burn down my lawn. All of that's okay.
Harmony of spring.
Thrill of the hunt.
River of Blood. The following units will receive bonuses. Malices. So the Glade Captain... Ooh, finally! They've got good stuff in this game. Gives terror when mounted on a Great Eagle. Obviously, that always should have been there for him. Because on a stag is alright, but it's all about the eagle, where you lose your armor piercing, right? Or to ride Strider. Strider for cav units, and then when you're on the stag for yourself. Shadow's Coleman on a mountain, when would you ever have that, you know? Vanguard deployment for them, I mean, typically not done, but yeah. Vanguard for Wildwood Rangers and ITP. And then just another little yellow line there. Cool, love it. And then gets a bunch of all of the gods that they could you know, go to. You know, probably just go to the one that gives stock, but maybe, you know. Alright, so you can get magic attacks out of there. Poison attacks from Nothrama. And if they're in melee for a while, a big chunk there. Ooh. But there you go. You know, murder's proficiency for your AP damage going up. Anyway, I like this mod. I think it's going to add a lot of happiness to it. Now, Marathi is...
Cease your prattle.
walking forward at us, so we're just going to roll in right here and see if we can get her to go into a careless spot. Now, Marathi, of course, represents a problem for the sisters. She's hard to shoot. Relatively hard to shoot. She's very quick. And she's got an army with a ton of ranged units in it. So it's going to be a hard nut to crack. What about Torox? I don't think he's in the neighborhood anymore. I think he came here, got bored, and ran up here. Because when he didn't move into... The reason for that is I don't think he wants to come for the Witchwood. I don't think he thinks it's a rich enough prize. Because when we were in ambush, he didn't reveal us. He just walked away. Alright, we did get Artillery Pavis, which will be very good indeed.
The forest is whispering.
And, you know, Glade Captains do okay damage, you know. They're alright. They're fine. They have Guardian, which is super good. And, you know, here we're going to have Pack Trap. So, if we can really take advantage, if we can get Morathi to stick her little emo head out, lock her down. Because even over here, if we know from Torox's movement that if he was here, like right here, he can't get any further in than this. It's like a annoying terrain. So we'd be able to underway over and support the Witchwood. Then next turn, we hit to tier 3. We can't get this yet, of course, because we gotta... You gotta awaken it, but yeah, I think the one in the waterfall halls is like ammo for Hawk Riders. It's something crazy. Yeah, no, reload time reduction, not ammo at all. So actually, it's terrible, and you don't need it because you always run out of ammo. No, there's a building where you get like 100% more ammo if you're defending. So if you can get that.
Don't you dare call me hag.
I wasn't gonna call you a hag. I was gonna be like, hey, how's it going? Forge a Daith, all right. Dreaming of screaming. The perfect dreaming ring.
What about me? Itching for fresh battle. To battle.
And, you know, it says we're going to lose, and I know why it says that. I mean, look at them. However, what are we seeing in this setup, right? What's jumping out to us? A total lack of mobility besides Morathi herself, right? Everybody else, the fastest thing's the Demonette. Witch Elves are bad, but you can shoot a Witch Elf, right? 20 Fizz Resist? Yeah, we can shoot them up. And Dark Shards don't have a ton of range. And we now have at least a caster who can run around. So if we can get Morathi taken care of, probably by snaking her to the front of everyone, locking her down with Pack Trap, and then shooting her with everything, but possibly something else, we can get it working. We've got 6 Hawk Riders. That's going to be able to take care of 50% of the ammo of 6 of these guys. They do have some Shades. Shades have stock, which means we'll forget about them at least 4 times while we're playing. Should be fine. She has regen. We know that about her. Big damage, big anti-large. Big damage, small anti-large, big AP. Super fast. We're just going to have to get it done. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break. And then we're going to have an elf fight. You know, no matter who wins, the haters of elves will be happy. For elves will die today. And, you know, you can't say that about the Sisters of the Twilight, right? You know, invariably, they're going to fight Elgi. And from up in the sky on an eagle, are they really so similar to the elves upon the ground? Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright. Say you always drag on for the bit. Most think of Laura's Born and everything else. Yeah. You know, I like Wood Elves in general, and I don't think Wood Elves are boring. I do think normal elves are boring. And Dark Elves, in basically every setting, right? Like, I almost never think that the elves and the, like, stuff are cool. But if they live in a forest, then I do think they're cool. I actually kind of resented Tolkien's Wood Elves for not being very cool for living in the woods. I'm like, you know, you call this a Wood Elf? Alright, so here, we just fought here, so we know how the map works, some. Alright. So, bird to distract. Glade Captain to lock her down. These guys have stock. There's no one fast to get around, but we still should be in the trees. Alright, these are the sweepers. You know, they'll actually be really good at popping Morathi if we can get her to land. So if she dives, we'll need them in good shape. And we can have these guys like chevroned here in the trees. Because the thing is, if Morathi, like, goes after him, she's going to catch him and maybe kill all of them. But will she get away with it, actually? I think she's going to. But she might get distracted is the thing, right? If we don't get, like, that close, maybe she just won't worry about it. Run away! Obviously, being in the trees is good for us on account of how we're Wood Elves. We're just gonna run away. Run away! Oh god, we're gonna get caught. This is not how I foresaw this going. You know, this is... Alright, how do we... You know, maybe... No, they need to go here. Yeah, you know, maybe... You know, actually, maybe we're gonna make it work, right? Our 360 work is working, alright. And actually, it looks like we're gonna make it work, right? They do very solid work against Morathi here. She doesn't know what to do. We're gonna run away here and send an eagle against her. Seems kind of dumb because that's what she wants to fight, but if it gets her, you know, shot up by everybody else. You know, we're gonna trap her, but she's gonna be in the trees. This is not the ideal spot to have gotten her. Not at all. Oh, wow. Okay, so what happened was we just stopped fighting the people we were supposed to fight. We should be okay, though. Is she gonna just dive on the Glade Captain? Yeah, well, that's cool. He actually matches up okay against her. I mean, she'll beat him down, but with all of these guys coming in, we're gonna slow her here with Melkoth. It won't do very much damage to her at all, but it'll stop her from trying to get away so easy. And yeah, we're gonna tune her up there. All right. Well, we just need to get people here, and now she's done for, right? And of course, all the getting beat up in the world hardly matters when you still have your healing ring online. And we're just gonna send this eagle after Morathi, no matter who shoots her up, no matter what. We need to get on these demonettes, of course. And these demonettes, all right. Now it's time to get back over here. Too much shooting us. Oh, geez. They were still on Morathi. Oh, man. Our stock scouts, the guys who are never, ever, ever supposed to get caught like that, due to my carelessness and neglect. We're gonna overcast a sick flock of doom. It's gonna hit like everything. What we don't do now is just go like so and so. I'm like, she's fighting witch elves or something. She's getting just deleted. We need to get this spell in though, and that gets so much work done. Yes, indeed it does. The good news is the Glade Guard are like all shooting, right? And like almost all of our other archers are shooting. And that means as they flee, they're just getting deleted. And now we're gonna get a rider on you, a rider on you, and on you, and on you. Rider on you, and a rider on you too. And that's gonna be just so many riders that it'll probably make a difference somewhere. We're gonna give them a heal. Yeah, and that melts a ton of them. The overcast definitely hits me, and we lose a lot of HP to it. But hey, you know, it's about sending a message. It actually does... Is it, like, longer? Anyway, getting it all the way done. An awesome fight. Say 2 of the 3 shield bearers have kegs, so no wonder they never die. They do. Alright, that was the... Like, what was disappearing there? That would have been the transformation. Yeah. And, you know, she's the most beat up, so let's get her back together there. And, yeah, you know... Sure, maybe having another heal would be nice. Obviously, you get... Do you get regrowth out of Aerial, or is it just Earthblood? I don't remember. Obviously, you get one of them. But mainly, it's that if you ever have a secondary Lord, you know, he's 100% of the... Just 100% of the time going to be... Never played tabletops to it. No, I have never played fantasy tabletop at all. I've played, you know, a big old chunk of games in my day, but it was all... Yeah. And of course, hero self-defense. You love that trait. That's a great trait. And here... Wait, what? No, what? Oh, I guess we gotta have it on her. Because it's not own army. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yep, it's got to be on her. That's fair enough.
Smile upon us.
I thought it was own army. I was like, that's amazing. It's Lord's army. It's still very good, you know. But obviously, when you have to lose a talisman for it, that keeps you from getting, you know, a big ward save or something. But still, it's just so good. Obviously, the ability works anywhere, and you can just take the ring off her and give it to somebody else when you don't need your foreign replenishment, but...
The unbridled glory of battle.
Starting nuke ring? Iron Fist, ooh. That'll be a treat. He's so smashy. Here, 10% ward save and the wound recovery, but really you take it because you get 10 replenishment, like, right after.
My powers are yours.
So they're like, nice, nice, nice. You know, once you get the Goblin Hewers, they can fill the gap, but it can be, you know, the replenishment from auto-resolve can be pretty annoying. It just depends on how you get things set up. Have fun growing to play Slayer Bears, Slayer Best. Yeah, I'm gonna look, I'm not promising it, but I gotta figure out how to mod this game a little bit. I gotta figure out how to make a mod. I gotta figure out how to put one ability in a tree, because if we can just give them restock, then, or reload, you know. You stack... So pirates run out of ammo, like, incredibly quickly. They're basically just like normal slayers, unless the target's large. However, they dramatically do worse against large ones. But yeah, you definitely want a couple, because they can do, and you just want to turn off fire at will, really, and you need them for specific things, you know, like if they have flanking forces of, you know, whatever, or if you want to shoot up some chariots on their way in. But it's definitely not for, like, leaving on auto fire and just shooting them up a little bit as they come in. They definitely can do really nice. I mean, it's powder units, so they'll hit what they're shooting at, right?
Defender of the domain.
Here, another one of those, and a foe seeker. Always foe seeker, of course.
Is whispering.
Oh. And they're gonna get 4 bound Melkoths. Oh my goodness. Love it. But this is the thing, is it's like, you don't have to defend your hinterland. You just have to antagonize them if they come into it. How do you this time going through Sector Indie? Well, you know, there's still the other tree with the random non-Slayer stuff in it. And remember to check the Great Weapon tree for your tech for Great Weapon Slayers. Ooh, can we do this now? I mean, probably. It would be better to have an army at full.
I'm bored, sister. Cease your prattle.
Alright, where's the whisper? Oh, over here. Well, that's not so good, is it? Alright, now though we've gotten the things so we can... Like, where do we go next, right? These blessings are, like, super interesting, but False hammer. Is that the one that breaks the wall? You know, maybe that's what the missing piece is. Because, I mean, getting research rate, I don't really care about any of the text, right? You shouldn't say it, but you don't. Because you can get an item and then burn the item, and then you get, like, special stuff from it. But that's, I mean, I guess we just take Dreaming Cloak, right? Just get the upkeep reduction, and then, you know, because the last unit of it gives you, if you want to wear it on the sisters, Snipe and Stalk, which is hilarious. And I do like the Dreaming Cloak in general. Campaign movement range? You know, let's just take it. It's boring. This is typically the first two I always do. Like, I can't be different. I think this can go on anybody, though.
There can be no vanity.
Yeah. You get the discount. Dreaming Cloak works. And then, of course, you know, you get your Glade Guard or whatever. It's a Way Watcher at the top level.
Carnage, harmony, bloodshed.
We just come in here, go to ambush real quick. We're at tier 3 now. So if you can be a little patient, then we can absolutely get a better army for the thing. But I mean, if we can't get it, we can just come back. Alright, so what do we need? Access to Way Watchers eventually. I do like Way Watchers. If everyone's in there, it's actually a Baldur with a screw in his head. I almost want to do this so I can get a stinking shield. They are the only shielded units we get access to, right? And they're very stalwart, right? 80 leadership's a lot. And a silver shield is good. They're not like super heavy armored, but... The alternate thing is what? Get a branch wraith? Well, that keeps us from having the army that we want anyway. Going up this way to get, like, stag knights, I mean, it could be worth doing, right? Just get wild riders. Wouldn't mind a wild rider. Castaroons. Yeah, indeed. You know, maybe we just go Waystalker first. Yeah, seems fine. Here, we can skip this for a bit because we're broke. Go to tier 4 here, no reason not to. Well, it is a building slot that we won't have another one of for 12 turns. So which building do we want, right? Could just get the Great Walls. Reduces your upkeep, makes you really good at shooting. But like, it shouldn't even show this here. It makes me so mad that it says you can recruit the unit when you can't. Oh, so here's... Yeah, I don't... Like, going for a Waystalker seems good. But is it, though? Branch Wraiths give replen, but we're gonna get a bunch of replen from other places. Using the ears as agents. Dragon Slayers are super good. Alright, I guess we'll just go here and then... let ourselves get like a Blade Singer.
Craving prey.
And then a Waystalker, and then... If we get a Branch Wraith, we can get Treekin, and that's more advantageous. Let's just get that. Because a couple of Treekin to be mass and stick things together, that's what we need. Hopefully somebody that we don't like will just walk up right now. Like, hopefully Torox would, like, walk right up here, but I don't think he's going to. Oh, Marathi came back. That was quick.
I will not.
Ha, look at that trash. Yeah, she came back all right.
Itching for fresh battle.
All right, so we moved too far away there to be able to get back. So let that be a lesson to us, right? No, I mean, we're making it. We're getting there. Because here, the trait, I think, is the thing that you care about. But no, then you can get the dragon, but it's like you can swap between the dragon and not the dragon. I just don't think...
Of Twilight.
Yeah, we hardly need the shields to deal with Beastmen right now. If we just do this now... Yeah, let's just do it now. Where's my dragon, cloven ones? That's right, they got him in this little trap. Is this one we gotta go over there, and then there's more guys, and then more guys or something? I don't really remember this very distinctly. We're just gonna try to do it, right? And it just throws us right in. Alright, alright. Seems fair. The Spell Singers are already, like, ready to rock. So what we need to do is keep on charging up so the Cygor doesn't... Minotaurs, and I ran right into them. That's super bad. Alright. Jeez Louise. Okay, I have blundered the eagle into some combat. Fortunately, they're just going to let us walk right away. Yeah, they will. And we just charge the Glade Guard up, because of course we do. But at least we got our magic online. At least the Cygor gets knocked out there, and they're running. Yeah, you know, it's like, this is what you'll be facing, but is it though? Alright, they're all the way over there. Great. But then we just need to get over here in time. Alright, so a lot of them are gone. These are besties. These are besties. We're just going to heal whom? The War Dancers. They need the most help, right? Because, you know, they're the ones who will get gamed overed. Oh, jeez. Why, like, I move guys forward, and then I never think about whether or not it'll be a disaster for them to have been there. But the good news is that we're about to terror route this whole block. And I think we actually have basically got it here. And then the eagle will come out. And then, oh, Scavin. I'm like, yeah, that's right. There's more. Woohoo! Summon Dragon! It's the most fun you can have.
Captain repositioning. Setting up. Straight away. Yes, quickly. At pace. We accept. To war. At speed. Aerial will. And one. Sisters of Twilight.
It's like the Scavin are coming, but I don't even know where they're at. It's alright. We got 20 seconds on the heal. If you can heal a whole lot without spending Winds of Magic, then you can usually win a game. It's just a matter of whether or not you can do that. Often you can't. Wow, they are all the way in. Just one Ungor herd is going to just run through. Please hit them. I guess it's 100 models, right? Yikes! They're getting in here too. It's just, you have to move to the central point and then they all get in and you're just like, oh, now we're all here. It's very easy to surround this, isn't it? We're just gonna keep on healing these war dancers, because nothing else in our army works, right?
We will obey.
Ever ready? Now! It is done!
No, that's not fair. Our archers do work. We're just letting them get punched. That's not archers not working. That's me being incredibly bad. To be a little bit fair to me, though, this battle's crazy. It requires rather a lot of you. But I mean, it does give you a dragon in the middle.
Strength of summer! Canos commands it! My glorious union! Crush them! As you say!
But we've got a couple of dudes here and here. We get Warp Lightninged.
Ever ready?
Agony of Agonies.
As you say!
Ready to serve.
But I think we can get him to run before too long. Where's our dragon? Like, oh, you're gonna lock me down? I will breathe on you from space.
Glory of the hunt!
Total insanity.
Following the trail! Engage!
Tango says, like, nice. You know, he can't compete with the power of the Slayer. He dives too quick, right? You know, he should run around and cast Spirit Leech 100 times. Alright, why are... Oh, that's why. How are these guys still fighting? I guess they're... Because they're, like, happy that they caught us? I don't know.
Sisters of Twilight. Duty observed.
Alright, who else is fighting here? Bonkers. You know, it's, we got it done. Total insanity. These guys, you know, we gave them a couple heals and they got 240 kills, and that's just what we needed them to do, you know.
Harmony must be imposed.
Yeah. But, so you never ride the dragon, right? You never ride the dragon. You ride the eagle. Which is none mount. And this trait gives you the summon for the thing you're not riding, which is why you just have to get it immediately, right? You just have to. And we did. Hooray. And here we get...
Smile upon us.
There it is. And like, that's right. We get another use for Volley of Kurnus, which is like everything. And here, Nestra's Vigilance is just amazing. You know, line of sight, movement, replen, can't argue with it. We're going to take the physical resistance. Is that for us too? Wow. Nice. And then we grab Vanguard, of course. But anyway, you take the Eagle. If you have... So the Dragon is slower. It's a Dragon, that's fine. But you lose your 360 shoot while in melee when you're on the Eagle. The 360 shoot while in melee is the reason why the Sisters are amazing. You cannot give it up for anything.
Glade Captain reporting.
Lauren is pleased.
But we get super tuned up there.
I refuse.
Marathi can get only this far.
Arahan.
Get away, fiend! You are no friend to us.
It's like, if we give her... She's out of war with Marathi. If we give her this, will she get into one? Money? No, obviously not money. So her army's super messed up. Even if she fights her army here, we just beat her, right? Because...
You presume to command.
Yeah.
Twin defenders of the glades. Do not order me.
So we move here and recruit some spears because we won't need any. And hope that... Right, we can't. I'm like, that's right, we can't. Why do I keep forgetting we can't get the shields? Because it's right there. It says you can recruit them.
Awaiting
So
bloodshed.
obnoxious. Another Ezra spear? I actually think 2 of them is fine, right? Because if they get on our archers, and apparently they will, we're going to need to be able to very quickly jump on that.
Harmony has prevailed. Itching for fresh.
Yeah, because if she comes and attacks us, then we'll just pop her. But I doubt that she will, because I don't think she's going to interpret this as being better.
On behalf of the Mage Queen.
So Celastra is now moving into our hinterlands. That is bad news for us, but not like... Because we're not at war, so it's just neutral. It's not negative. And we're actually kind of close to... You know, they're obviously we're going to fight her pretty soon. But, I mean, she was at war with us, and then I pieced out. That's my fault. I mean, she offered to pay me, though. We've only got 5 more turns going, so... Death Cheater Mag Roast Chewer is here now. Oh, he's at war with her. Well,
Our solemn duty.
You are such a bore.
and Possessed by the Trickster God's just like a very good thing, you know. 10 melee defense aura. Great, you know.
Sanctity of dawn.
The frisson of dusk. Ariel's emissaries. They will know order.
And that surprised it so much that it reset the... No, it didn't. Okay, I thought it did.
Carnage. Harmony. Bloodshed.
And the thing is he doesn't go away, right? You just get a... It's not like a summon that makes you sad. It's a summon that makes you happy. It's a summon that's just another unit in your army, a great spirit of Grungi, and then you just get to go and fight Morathi with it. Sure, she wants to fight a dragon, but not really, right? She doesn't want to fight a dragon that we can heal. And that's the fun thing, right? Is anybody that can jump on the sisters plus the dragon? I mean, it's not that big of a dragon. It's just a forest dragon. Just a dragon, right? With 3 breath attacks that you don't pay for, and that comes back at full strength every time, and that doesn't go away. It's just such a good... It's so good. I love sisters. It's everything of all my favorite campaigns, right? She'll be back. And she tries to dive the dragon again because she's so mad about it. But you gonna die, Mad Morathi? Oh, ha 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 ha! Yeah, yeah. There we go. There's the shot. Ha ha! Glorious. And here, you know, War Dancers against Shred Spears, that's going to be awesome for us. You know, look, War Dancers take some damage, but this is like, you know how the Giant Slayers charge in? It's not exactly like that. Plus, we're in the trees, where we want to be. Can't wait till we get... I'm so glad I was able to get that quest done right on time. You never want to wait, right? You never ever want to wait. There's nothing cooler in Orcish, Elvish, or Intish than doing what we're doing here, right? And we're just gonna chase him down for maximum loot. And just an absolute clinic, right? Just beautiful stuff. We're gonna make a ton of money. Thanks, Morathi. Love that about you. I want to drop the Glade Guard and just get more scouts. Indeed. Like, not just because we beat her down so much already, but like, come on. Get her with a nice peck there.
When do we fight? Only when necessary.
And then we're gonna roll up like so. I don't think this guy is gonna try to bushwhack us. If he does he win? I mean, maybe not. It's a bunch of bulls. I mean, I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure he's going here. Yeah, we're neutral. I don't think he's gonna bushwhack us. It's not like the ogre way. I'm pretty sure he's marching in to fight Celostro. Select Tristers are the same as the other ones, only they get
The unbridled glory of battle.
Frenzy. Oh, and they can do the unspottable shroud thing too, you know, kinda. Kinda want to get them, but you know. So we drop a Glade Guard and get more frontline or amazing sideline, or, you know, Wraiths of the Frozen Heart would go a treat because they slow things down. You know, why don't we just?
Harmony has prevailed.
They're on unicorns now, so
My powers are yours.
like, what's the difference between that and Elven Horse? Oh, you get spell resist on it too. 40% spell resist for being on the unicorn. Pretty good.
My powers are yours.
You know, depending. Pretty good, or entirely useless. And, of course, the Pit O' Shades. Akko's Mind Razor, pretty dang good. I think... Yeah, I normally sleep on it. It could... I don't think there's any big fizz resist things that we'll be dealing with. Although with Slostra and stuff, you know, maybe. But we'll probably pick it up anyway eventually, but... Overpit seems worth grabbing. I like a Shadows Caster, right?
Serene Nestra.
Tempestuous Arahan.
Tempestuous Arahan. Indeed.
Speak quickly.
Fear not. We will listen.
Huzzah! Who's honoring me now?
For the mortuary.
Carcassonne? Well, I don't know about that.
In my halls, the words of the faithless seldom.
Awaiting blood.
More fizz resist, because the War Dancers, you can get them to, like, they won't get armor, but you can get really big physical resist on them, and that is not, like, it's not useless. Because who we're fighting, against Dark Elves, it is the stat you want, because armor doesn't help against their missiles, but fizz resist does. They don't have magic missiles on most of the things that you'll be dealing with. So we just show up here and keep on trimming the grass for a spirit. Amazing. And that's the thing, is negative leadership. You know, you cannot go anywhere in the world without shaking a stick at how good that is. And then, you know, we'll just get some armor there and some, because that's the thing, right? Is the ability to get, like, armor and like 14% weapon strength and 14 armor. That's like a bad item. And on ancillary, you know, there aren't enough good ancillaries for you to care that you're using one there. All right, we could go ammo 25% during forest battles. Forest battles are the least predictable thing on the whole map to see where you're at. It's still worth grabbing because we're bound to get several of them.
The unbridled glory of battle.
And boom. 5 ward save for the Lord's Army. Pretty good. And of course, +1 ability uses for Volley of Kurnus. That's for everybody. In all of the armies. That's an extra Kurnus for our dudes who had, you know, a few. And, oh no, it's Volley of Kurnus, not Arrow of Kurnus. So, it isn't what I said. It's for Volley, which comes from the guys in the air. Not Arrow, which comes from the normal guys. But, you know, that's fine. Arrow Kurnus has 600 meters as a range. Volley has 400, so that's another difference.
The Sisters of Twilight.
Oh, we're up to three day things again. You just fight, and then you get your stuff, and you're like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to spend them. Peace treaty. Oh, no, I don't think so. I do not think so, Marathi. For one, I need your dumb behind to keep on running through the mountains so I can keep on hitting you so I can keep on getting these items.
Such masterful handiwork.
Why grant Nestra tools of war?
And this will be for own army for the vigor loss reduction. 10 enemy leadership, so maybe we just go here, right? Because getting the leadership spike is, I mean, 5 for one of these. Yeah, let's just do that. And then if we raise 10 settlements, we can get with Towson. Yep, there you go. And I guess even if we lose it now, we still maintain all the fanciness of having gotten it. But, you know, do we just spend 10 on it? I mean, I don't think so. But, you know, we've been leveling up the Oak. What a good job we were doing with everybody else. Like, it really should make people like us better that are, like, Wood Elves.
In my halls, the word.
Welcome to the halls of Athel Lauren. What do you want?
Alright. I just want what everybody wants, buddy. Alright, so we could go on, like, Expedition to Torox. I don't think that's the move, though. Because we're netting 3 a turn, so we're about to be able to do this ritual. I think the answer is just to chill here, right? And then we will see what we want to do afterward.
Ariel sees all.
You poor fool, having to deal with me in this.
And we'll go and fight her pretty soon, and she's not going to be that ready for it. That's a shame, you know. I really hate that for her. Ooh, speaking of things I don't hate. Alright, so we can't get Blade Singers because of the armory. Nice. Is it worth grabbing a Wildwood Ranger? So if there's a Terracotta unit in range, Terracotta's an enemy or of our own? Probably enemy. But I don't know. So they're just, you know, if there's a Terracotta unit, bam. So a good sweeper too, but I guess I'm just thinking the spears, right? Because the spears have 20 fizz resist. The War Dancer spears.
The frisson of dusk.
Which feels like it trades. I guess they're just more defensive, yeah. And they have Vanguard and the Spear Stone. So there's that too. 5 turns there, you know, it's fine. You know, you get to spend a lot of time with an army that you love. That's the great thing about Wood Elves. Do we drop something for a Dryad? I don't think so. I think this army's fine, right? You know, we've got a couple units in the front line, a couple things to dance in front of them. We've got, you know. And when we get the RORs for Hawkeyes or Jakira, which will be pretty soon, and then they're going to be able to just delete things. That'll be good. And then, you know, the Zotes are worth taking too, and then Wild Hunters Karnas, amazing. And of course the Lost Sylvan Knights. Those are, when you get them, then you're okay, because they'll deal with any problem. And with healing, Monstrous Cavalry, super great. Anyway, don't have to keep talking, we can just play. I wish Torox would poke out his head so that we could hit him. Oh, now she wants peace. Of course she does. I just love Wood Elf campaigns. Like, this is my idea of the best time, right? Sure, it can be a little annoying sometimes because you're like trying to maintain and they're getting in your way. Vampiric corruption, wow.
Fine, I'll go.
But alright, so orcs looking in the mountain passes, escape slaves. And they're gonna ready themselves for a final stand against the Druki. Yeah, obviously the slaver scum are who we're going to fight. Man, this is going to be a pretty rough one, huh? Let's get to it. You know, it said it'd be rougher, and man oh man, isn't it? Alright, so... Well, we know we've got our tools, right? We've got our dragon summon, we've got our heals. Because in point of... We've got our choke point map. We've got our double arrows of Karnas. I mean, we're hardly in dire straits here. You know, if Wood Elves had the artillery, the chariot. That the Skycutter chariots, man, that would go so well here. Like just the anti-large thing, just 275 range. Oh man, be nice. Anyway, if wishes were horses.
Deepwood Mage.
This is gonna be pretty rough. We can just hide most of the army in the trees, though. They will know to look for them, but oh, our deployment zone is back here. Because for all that it is a choke point battle, we hardly want to take advantage of that.
Eternal Guard, awaiting orders.
You know, it'll probably be fine. We do have, let's not, like, be precious about it. We've got 2 units of Arrows of Kernus volleys, so we're going to be able to do Sisters of Laughter. Sisters of Laughter. Dark Shard. Dark Shard. Wood Elf. Beautiful hit. But we get on the Harpies there, they don't get in. The problem here is that when they get in, it's going to be very rough. But they are pausing to try to trade with the chariots against us, so that is very good indeed. Forest Dragon Breath doing very good work there. And the sisters, of course, fearless as they must be. This guy just charges all the way in, you know, it's about sending a message. No, we don't want to do that. What's shooting us? Oh, the bolt throwers. Let's get on them, shall we? Alright, Glade Captain needs to run away or he's gonna break. That would be very bad. We're gonna lock these guys in place. This is a good move. Good, good, good. Alright, so we're getting a lot of shots there, and then we'll come in here. She gets on one of the bolt throwers. We're gonna jump on the other one. Hope that that helps. Good, good, good. They're trying to come across here, but now they're getting into the withering archery fire. Gonna get a flock of doom here. Sisters of Slaughter, you know, kind of want to fight everything, so we're gonna... They've got little shields, not much of them. Run here at the Dread Knights. Dragon doing the work here on the High Beastmaster with the Eagle. Really not doing too good, right? But I don't think the High Beastmaster is doing too hot himself. Alright, now that they're offline, we'll come in here. We'll be able to heal before too long. Dread Knights coming around the back with 5 units. No, 18. That's fair. That's a good flank. We'll give that to him. Of course, those Dread Knights are out now, and then Wraiths come in here and here. Nice. Nice. That was a big battle. I mean, a big army for the enemy. Of course, it was benefited. If you can hide, right? If you can hide as the Wood Elves, then they're going to have to engage you in a way that's advantageous to you. And if you have the items we have, which again are only possible for Sisters, my beloved faction, then your ability to heal your own people limitlessly through the battle. Limitless 3. I don't even know what phonemes were tripping on my tongue to make that one linger in the air, but it's all gone now. Speaking of, the summon from the item also doesn't go away, right? So when you get it to the highest level, you get a Waywatcher summon that doesn't go away, and with your dragon, you have a dragon summon that doesn't go away. And 22 units in an army is so good. It's so, so, so good. All we really need is unlimited restocks. You should be able to land your Hawk Riders in a forest and replenish your ammo. Here, I think we're in a fine spot to not take this replen, even though it would be cool just to take this money because I want money. Yeah.
Before cruelty, eh?
And Nastra's thing, it does stack, right? The effects that for like post-game stuff. So right now we've got, I think it does, 3 turns of it, but you can get more. But alright. Dark Elves have intermittent penalties. Yeah, take that. I don't know what they are, but take that. And there we go. There's the stuff. The Hawkeyes of Jakira are now ours, but what we want to do... Yeah, we'll just march. That'll get us back into a friendly zone. I'm like, I don't think anybody can pop us. Nah. And this group, if they move forward now, you know, whatever. But we did our part. So yeah, we just need to get there. And then, of course, it's an amazing item anyway, because upkeep... Look, if it was just negative upkeep for your whole army, you'd probably think about getting it pretty soon anyway. Snipe and Stalk, what's not to like? And Dreaming Cloak, again, what's not to like? Because here it's like... We might put it on her just because Snipe is very good. And Stalk is very good, but we might not because she's the one thing on the battlefield that I'm the least likely to lose sight of, right? Here, do we take the... It's a 33% chance to get more favor. I mean, the earlier we get that, the more cool stuff we get. Might as well. So now we get to choose what we get. Now this one is an AoE heal and Fizz resist. Pretty good. This one, however, is a Dryad summon that's probably permanent. This one is a couple of hexes for an AoE route to the enemy, though. This is the beast one. We'll just get the movement because I mean it's movement, and then this one's very cool as well. You know, the Fizz resist and heal per second. Because then you know. We send the Spellsinger out on her Eagle, smash up the thing, get this, and then she comes back to, like, help out overhead, and then, you know, gives the ally more Fizz resist. What's not to like? We'll take that on her, and then on this one we'll take the Forest Shaper, because Entangle into Pit of Shades, obviously... is an elite play.
Defender of the domain.
And exactly why you shouldn't allow them to have Entangle. It's okay. I'm fine with being overpowered. I'm at peace with it. Okay, so we can get Colossal Strike, which means we should go towards Colossal Strike. Huge weapon strength you get out of the tree here. Oh, that's right. I love Glade Captains. I remember now. Because you get like 12-12 out of the tree, and that just tickles me. 3-3-7-7-12-12. Like, that is what a yellow line should look like. Maybe they changed it to be like that. But I think it's like that all the time. I don't think that's one of the things that they touched.
The forest is whispering.
What race should we trade word to say? Just, oh. You know, it really depends entirely on who you're fighting. If you expect to fight, like demons specifically, or anyone where, or like Wurzog Savage Orcs, where the magic attacks are ubiquitous and it's very rare for something not to have it, well then, of course, That's the exception where you don't think about it. But generally, I would say against your normal factions where it's only like a hero or a wizard and then like a unit or two that you expect to have magic attacks, you would value it, you know, 15 fizz resist is better than 10 ward save. But those calculations get wildly thrown because it's like, what's the thing for, right? If it's a unit, if it's like a unit at all, probably physical resist is always fine, you know, because what's the difference? If it's a lord or a hero that or a unit that's specifically like an anti-large cavalry or whatever that needs to duel and beat problem characters, then fizz resist is useless, right? Unless you got like a silence dampen type effect. Because anything that's really a problem in this game always has magic attacks. We very much don't need this vampiric corruption here, though. That's a headache.
If we must.
Because, I mean, you know, the thing with fizz resist is obviously magic attacks are quite ubiquitous depending on the situation. But they're not always. And if, you know, if you're up against say dwarves and it's like, okay, just don't run into the hammerers, right? Okay. Do they have a demon slayer? They lack armor piercing. Dragon slayers don't get magic attacks unless they have something, you know. Doomseekers have magic attacks, but then you're up against Doomseekers. Just shoot them, you know. It's most factions won't have that much with magic attacks, but sometimes you'll run into, you know, like a Bretonia problem where a lot of the top end stuff makes you miserable. But we come in here. Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
Ariel grants clemency.
And it does stack up for multiple days.
Carnage.
And loot is good. Now we have to choose what kind of champion this is going to be, right? This is the Glade Captain. It might be the only Glade Captain that rolls with us. So, I mean, immune to contact effects, real good. This little small aura, good. Stock, good. Magic attacks and fizz resist. Vigor loss reduction, very low. You know, we could get him pretty close to perfect vigor with just that one item that gives the devastating flanker, though, and unit mass. That's solid. Poison attacks would be worth getting, though. Melee damage reflection, I actually, you know, because if you get into a fight with a bunch of weird chaff, then they'll actively be hurting themselves kind of a bit. Could just take this, you know. Get the melee attack, fizz resist, and then if we fight for a while, be pretty good at it. Because they're not bad at fighting. But I guess no, we'll just take... Well, how many kills will the unit get? Will it be enough for him to get cool value out of the Champion of Cain? We'll make him a Champion of Nothrama. After all, he is a Glade Captain. If we get another unit, we'll dedicate them to something else that's cool. Alright, we'll just go ahead and spell sing the shadow there. Alright, so where did Torox go? Or what we want to do now is do this ritual. Yeah, we do the ritual now.
twin defenders of the glade.
They failed to spot my ambush. Ha ha! How about armor? Oh, so armor is like a 0.5% of a reduction, but armor reduces damage in a separate reduction stack than ward and reduction saves do, to the best of my knowledge. So I think armor reduces it first. I would have to look it up though. But basically you run into a situation where, yeah, well, the best things against everything are going to have a bunch of armor piercing. The scariest stuff does anyway, you know, so it's not that silly. I think each armor point is like 0.5% of reduction chance, because the calculation for armor, it's like 50 plus your armor minus, I don't know, I don't remember it off the top of my head. 200's the maximum like effective armor amount because of that, because you get like 50 more and then you divide it by 2, I think is what it is, something like that. But armor also is reduced in massive amounts by being tired in battle, right? So that's another way that you lose your benefit there, whereas ward save and phys resist never decrease, only through the other trickster shard, which, while a player would get it, you know, won't necessarily be gotten by everyone. And then when they try to get further up, we'll jump them there. A real ambush, a good ambush, one where we try to catch them. It'll remain to be seen how good the ambush actually is.
Deepwood Cavalry. We accept. As you say. It shall be done. Armed and ready. Understood.
Oh! He shot up his arrow of Kernus, but it went up into the sky and hit a Hawk Rider. Shame. They won't hit themselves. If they're in the air, they shoot up above them, which is like a really cool thing for a magic missile to be able to like be in a sort of clogged area and be fine. But obviously that was ultimately not what happened there.
With me, sister! Your command!
No, the brute horse is gonna get away. Take the Vickers. You know, 200 armor on a guy with huge phys resist, yeah.
Orion sends me.
Super fun.
Engage! Setting up.
I was trying to figure out where the fire came from. It's just on the map. Speaking of stuff just on the map, man, I started playing this new tactics game called Triangle Strategy, 'cause I finished up tactics yesterday. Oh man, is it ever fun. There is a lot of talking, a lot of exposition, a lot of plot, a lot of character, you know, talking around. But I like that kind of thing. Some fun battles. But in that game, they gave you the King's Guard thing, the Guardian of this Prince, this lady named Huette. She's an archer that rides on a hawk. Like, it's my favorite genre of archer. Like, an archer on a horse is super excellent. We all agree on that. Everybody knows my stance on horse archers. I'm for them. But isn't it great? An archer that gets to fly. Like, that's normally the sort of thing that would be like a legendary character, you know? Because like a Pegasus Knight, sure. But an archer that flies, now you get to fly up to some crazy vantage point and rain down destruction. I love it. We haven't got to get that much of a vantage point, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, like what's not to like? Like, a Pegasus is cool, but when you're on the back of a hawk... Sisters, they're just so fun to play, because, like... If it wasn't the sisters, I would feel like I would be being cheesy, but it's literally what you're supposed to do, right? Like... You are supposed to fly around and shoot things. If you look at, like, the lore page for them... It might say it here... But I like on the screen where you select them, I think, where it gives the little lore blurb, I think it says something about, like, you never see them in the front line with their army. They're always, like, doing their own thing, going crazy, getting their enemies smashed. And, you know, they're right. We are. Alright, so that guy got messed up. We're going to run in here now. Can we get... Yeah, we obviously have to get them in because they're amazing. All right, so now we have our sweeper unit with an arrow. They're so very strong. They got smoke bombs. They have hawkish precision. You know, they have discouraged. These guys are the madman. Recent to be a scaled down cars with a silly face mask. That's fun.
An ambush. How delicious. Ariel's legion grows weary.
Think this wise.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Flock of Doom, baby. So the mod gives you the spell singers. You get a 4-use bound of your best spell that's basic, right? So it's like Melkoth's for Shadow, which is so nice, right? Because who's gonna use the winds on a Melkoth? You should sometimes. It's really good. But who's gonna, you know? So bam, you know, gives you 4 of those, and then, you know, life gets Life Bloom, which, you know, you're gonna be casting a lot anyway, but it's still pretty cool. And I don't think too busted. I don't think it's really important to go to the 4th level at all. Because growth is like for your internal buildings, which is like pretty okay-ish to get some of, but it's not like that important, right? Because we're sisters and we already have access to all the things we care about. Besides Way Watchers, which I love. But we are going to get 10% more Fizz resist for elf infantry units pretty soon, which is going to make pretty nice. Like, do we take the armor here and the missile resist? I don't think so. I think we just keep on moving up this way. We can either get post-battle loot or we move towards just negative wins cost for lore. Well, and, you know, casualty. I mean, probably casualty, right? Because that lets us just be funnier. And they walk right into us. Of course, this is like the one that came from the
Harmony shall reign.
thing, so it's what you expect.
Strength in mass.
And say Wood Elf Tech Tree needs to work. It's probably true. I don't know what it is. All the Wood Elf Tech Tree truly needs is all of the tech that affects those things to have, like the dwarves do, the little, here's a little gold carrot, rank 7 and above, get some cool thing. That's the only thing the tech tree needs, and then it's fine. It just needs all of the units win elite to get cooler. There's no reason not to have it. Cathay's getting it, you know. It's showing that they understand, you know, in North Sky. Every time they rework a tech tree, that happens because it's just good. You know? It's like a microcosm of the red line for that. And ooh. What? You never see a Praeton. Alright, so here we obviously want to take this. Now, Torox is a problem, but... Actually, what time is it? I shouldn't have asked. Well, we're obviously going to do this fight. Bloodtree Chimera is going to be a little bit of a hassle. Not too bad. And the Praeton also flies. I mean, I probably have time for it. Sure. Oh, no. What? Oh, this is the army ability. Okay, this isn't so bad. They do this to their own troops to make them incredibly strong. And then they die. But no, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I gotta go to bed too. We saved it here. We'll probably play this in the morning. But if I get up early enough, we'll play Triangle Strategy probably. Or Heroes, you know, we got the games on deck. This... I mean, it's been awesome. I kind of wanted to get, you know, the idea was maybe we'll get the first forest up, you know, on the first session, but I spent too long talking to myself, you know, too long doing that, but good to see you, Luke. Sleep well. Maybe I'll see you later. Neo, enjoy your Ungrim campaign. Make us proud for the Karazhan Corps. Whitefire, yes, I'm copying you. Maybe I'm doing all the same stuff you're doing. Aphid Lord, good to see you as well. Anyone else who's watching out there, you know, hope you enjoyed. I know I did. I love me some Sisters of Twilight. This campaign's a blast. We're gonna keep on rolling with it. I imagine we'll go down to Lustria next, because I'm pretty sure this mod pack overhaul is not going to function with Immortal Empires, which is fine, you know. Can't have everything. Although I want them, the Morathi storyline reward the most. It's fine, but anyway, good night, everybody. And the Wood Elves don't have any war cries. Tempestuous Arahan. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Good night.